Today's video, I'm going to discuss Orion Karma and Orion Karmic integration. Orion Karma includes themes of self-sufficiency, self-improvement, self-confidence, and ability to consciously manifest your intentions. I'm sure you've all heard of the law of attraction, which is essentially what you put out into the world comes back to you. Orion Karma includes themes of self-sufficiency, self-improvement, confidence, and the ability to consciously manifest your intentions. When Orion Karma is well integrated, people feel confident, capable, independent. They generally enjoy their life and they like to work hard to achieve their intentions. When Orion Karma is unintegrated, people may feel weak, self-conscious, easily discouraged. They may be perceived of as lazy. They may have a really difficult time adjusting to life on Earth. So I think we've all heard of people in the Starseed community saying things like, I hate it here on Earth. I hate to tell you guys, but you're supposed to. You know, to some degree, life on Earth is suffering to some degree. It's also a whole lot of joy, but it's also, there's pain. We all have to learn to bear our pain and create our joy. In the fifth dimension, it's very easy to remain balanced with your emotions and your spirit and your physical body. Everything can be really easy to maintain. Incarnating on Earth allows you to test the spiritual knowledge gained during your time in the fifth dimension. If you can practice what you've learned in the fifth dimension on Earth, then you've completed your mission. Life on Earth includes a certain degree of suffering. When we come into this world, it is in pain. Birth is an incredibly painful process. In order to fit through the birth canal, the bones of your skull squish together. You come into this world suffering. And shortly after this very painful process, you are cold and hungry. You're helpless and at the mercy of those that brought you into this world. Hopefully, somebody loves you and cares for you. You go through childhood, you experience traumas and unfair circumstances. Perhaps you begin to feel a little bit resentful. But you have a choice. You can stay resentful, become jaded, hate life, and maybe eventually start treating people as objects that you use to try to improve your own situation. Or you can accept that life is unfair sometimes. You can do something to improve it. Try to build something that makes it bearable. Become someone that you're proud of. So when people are born with unintegrated Orion Karma, it's very unlikely that they will have the skills needed to buffer themselves from the negativity that they encounter in the world. When people are born with well-integrated Orion Karma, they are these people that just seem to take the punches and keep on going. They're the ones that can take all the negativity from the world and still maintain that positive, optimistic outlook. So not everyone is born with well-integrated Orion Karma, myself included. I have to work to keep myself positive. I have to work to keep myself optimistic. You can also experience spontaneous, temporary moments of Orion karmic integration when it's really, really hitting you really well and you just can do anything, you can achieve anything. These moments are really, really sweet, and they're caused by the specific astronomical positions at that time. So pay attention to the planetary alignments, because when Orion is in a particular good alignment with the Earth, it may interact with your Orion Karma in such a way that it brings it out, or sometimes it suppresses it. So by watching where Orion is relative to other planets and relative to yourself on Earth, you can kind of tell how your Orion Karma is going to play out that day. I should also mention that poorly integrated Orion Karma is not the same as clinical depression. Clinical depression is an actual problem with the brain chemistry. This is a spiritual problem and not a physical problem with your brain chemistry. Some of you may be watching this video and coming to the realization that you have some unintegrated Orion karma. Consciously integrating your Orion karma first begins by acknowledging it. Once you realize there's a problem, there's already the door opening up to allow a solution. The second step is to identify how your Orion karma is playing out in your life currently. If the karma is resulting in a physical manifestation, for example, if your shoulders are slumping and you have kind of poor posture in your upper back, you can begin to integrate that karma by correcting the physical issue. So what I would suggest is you work at improving your posture, and by improving your posture, that should help some of the Orion karma integrate. How do we begin to integrate this karma? You're going to have to start pushing yourself to learn new skills and to conquer fears. One of the things that Orion karma does is it keeps you in a place of fear, constantly afraid, constantly anxious, and unable to achieve your highest potential. A good analogy for Orion karmic integration is the harnessing of fire. The very first human being to have harnessed fire must have been looked at as a crazy person by their family. Most animals are afraid of fire. Fire means destruction. Fire means pain. Fire means burning. Humans must have been no different. We would have been taught to avoid fire. But the first person to harness fire must have taken the time to learn about it. They must have observed it. They must have watched it. They must have figured out how to control it. They must have figured out that water helps extinguish it. They must have figured out what could burn and what couldn't. It took knowledge. It took courage. And it took ingenuity to harness fire. And once you've learned to harness fire, there's still always that risk that it could burn you. There's still always that potential for chaos. While the fire is contained within a fireplace or a lantern, it is considered ordered. It is helpful. It brings light. It brings warmth. But one stray spark can take that order and lead it into chaos. It can take that warmth and turn it into burning. It can take that light and turn it into blinding pain. You always have to kind of maintain the flame. You always have to give it something to burn. You always have to make sure that it's not burning the wrong thing. Maintain it. When you're born with Orion karma that is well integrated, you have already learned how to take a world that is burning in chaos and harness a small ember and use it to ignite the fire within you. So in order to consciously integrate your Orion karma, you have to take chances. You have to push yourself to try things that you wouldn't normally try. You have to push yourself to do things that you've always wanted to do, but for whatever reason were too afraid to. You have to push yourself to become the person that you want to become. You have to take the time to invest in yourself. Integrating Orion karma is not easy. It takes a lot of effort, but it's worth it. To harness your inner fire and use it towards consciously manifesting your intentions is one of the best things that you could do for yourself. When you're working on consciously integrating your Orion karma, start small. Start with small little steps that will take you towards who you want to be. You can start by keeping your home clean and orderly. Your home should be your sanctuary. Make small changes to improve yourself, your life, and your situation. Set goals and state your intentions. Remind yourself of these goals as you work throughout the day. When you're doing physical labor such as jogging, cleaning, or other chores, Think of directing your physical energy into the manifestation of your goals. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe.